Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Ingram Jones, and Billy Joe Saunders versus Akavov. 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 Wow, you pronounce his bloody name. Really, to be honest, with this fight tonight. Coming into this fight, we knew that Billy Joe Saunders hadn't fought for a year, so there was going to be possibly a ring rust. Didn't realize that the man Jimmy Tibbs wasn't going to be in his corner. And to be honest, that was a close fight, a very close fight. If the decision had gone the other way, I couldn't argue with that. But I guess Billy Joe Saunders being at home, you get the home time decision. But I don't know. What can you say? I thought Saunders was not as he usually is. I didn't think Saunders put his punch together as good as he did. I thought Saunders was getting hit, and I felt that that was nowhere near the sort of performance of Billy Joe Saunders. In fact, that was probably the worst of Billy Joe Saunders since watching Billy Joe Saunders box. He just didn't look explosive. I'm not saying that Billy Joe is a huge puncher. He just punches. He didn't seem to put the punch together in the same sort of flashy way. He really did look like he was struggling in there. And I don't know. He said he didn't spar 4 or 5 weeks before the fight. And obviously there was whatever the discussion was between him and, he's saying he wasn't injured. He was out in Spain for so many months, so many weeks. So well, maybe he didn't pay Tibbs. Maybe he didn't think the opponent was worth Tibbs needing to be in the ring with him. Maybe he felt that he underestimated the opponent. Now, one of the things that could have happened is, one of the three things are, first of all, he underestimated the opponent or overlooked the opponent, didn't take the fight seriously, and thought, I can get out there and just do the job based on the skills that I have. And I remember once it was Jim Watt that mentioned it, that if you're not mentally prepared when you get in the ring to fight, in this, and you are expecting a tough fight, and you're expecting to blow a guy away, there, and that guy's hitting you back, and that guy's giving you difficulty, it's very difficult to adjust the mindset. And even more so, it's more difficult to adjust the mind when things are not going the way you want it to be going. And on top of that, you look in your corner and you've got who's not, I don't know who the guy was in his corner. I think they referred to in Box Nation as a friend or somebody who was part of the camp. But let's be honest, he's not Jimmy Tibbs, and Jimmy Tibbs brings a wealth of experience, and he's another pair of eyes. So Jimmy Tibbs could see things that would set things up to cause a knockout, or to set things up in such a way for Saunders to be able to move in a certain way. Say, look, slip this way or move that way. Or you know what, you're moving too much this way, you're getting caught with the left, or you're getting caught too much with the right hand, or you need to put your punches together more. And less experienced trainer in the just see things from not be able to analyze things in a manner which a more experienced trainer would be able to do. Saunders, being an experienced fighter, he was able to draw very much on what he knew and the experience he had to get him through a fight, through to a points decision. Unanimous? No. If you'd given me 112, 14, 112, I would have taken that. 113, 114, 113, I would have taken that. Unanimous point decision? I don't know. I would have even gone with a draw. But there's no way I would have gone with this unanimous points decision, because unanimously, in my opinion. So here we go. And the thing is, when you've been talking about and I'm ready for Golovkin, and you say all these things, the whole world is watching you. So they're saying, okay, who's this guy that's going to fight Golovkin now? Canelo, Golovkin, Eubank Jr., they're all going to want to fight Billy Joe Saunders more so now than ever on that performance. You know, Saunders did not look world class at all. He looked terrible. I said, it's the worst that Saunders has looked. So, I don't know. If I was going to make a guess, this is a guess. This is not what I know. A guess is maybe it was a financial problem. And Billy may not have thought that he needed Saunders, Tibbs in the corner for something. He messaged Tibbs, look, I don't need you for this fight. I don't know. Cut corners. Didn't get paid for before the fight. I don't know. It could be anything. I don't know. I'm just pulling it straight. But it wasn't a good enough performance. And Billy Joe Saunders, one thing I liked about him, and I've always liked about him, he's a brutally honest guy. He'll tell you as it is. He'll say, look, I wasn't good enough. So credit to him for that. He didn't, you know, he didn't turn around and say that was a world-class performance. He said it was as it is, and that's exactly good enough. So he's going to have to do a lot better moving forward. You know, and again, Billy Joe Saunders, the one thing that is a pattern with Billy Joe Saunders. When I look at fighters, I like to look at patterns. And if you look at Billy Joe Saunders, he start the fight, and then after 6 rounds, he starts to slow down and tire, and you can see he was really blowing hard. And one of the telltales fighters tired is when you lean on them late in the fight, the legs start to go. I don't mean go by their wobble, but just tired exhaustion. They fall to the count. Billy Joe Saunders was, I wouldn't say he was out on his feet, but you know, he was tired and he was getting caught with some silly shots at the end of the fight. But hey, Saunders is always, and he's always shown toughness. So fair play to Billy Joe Saunders for getting through on that. Okay, room. Marky BA, hello. JL Clark, I thought you stopped the commentary, etc. I'm happy that you're still here though. No, I will be not yet. I'll be gone later in the month. But I'm here now. Evening Ingram, sad to see you go after the 16th. Good luck. Thank you very much, Jim. You got smooth ears, says Tupac Shakur. Thank you. Billy Joe Saunders is on borrowed time. That belt would be GGG's or Canelo Simple. Well, on a performance based on that, and if it was the first time you're watching Billy Joe Saunders, I would tell you yes. I would say more than borrowed time. Dead man walking, you would call it. You've got very nice ears. Flat. Okay. Billy Ho can do better. Well, you know, Billy Joe can do much. Don't be surprised if he tires after GGG Canelo loss. Shades of Ibrahimov after Vladimir loss. 24 wins, still got a lot to learn. You got to remember, this is a guy that's won the British, the Commonwealth, the European. He's more or less walked it to world level, you know. So in some of the fights he's been in, yeah, it's the typical Billy Joe Saunders thing, though. He does just win a fight, but he needs to. Billy Joe Saunders needs to fight a guy now who will put the fear of God in him. I think the thing is, with people like Billy Joe Saunders, you know that they fight to the level of the opponent now rather than they rise to the occasion. And I don't think Billy Joe Saunders was even motivated for this fight. So Billy Saunders needs to be in a tough fight. He needs to be in there with guys who will scare the living daylights out of him. And I believe Gennady guys that will put the living daylights at him. And you know, if you looked at the performance he put on against Chris Eubank Jr. and look at the performance he put on tonight, you want to be able to compare the two fights. So yeah, there was a snap missing his punches tonight as well. Next week's fights, wow, yeah. Eubank Jr. will do him knockout. No, I don't know, says the bad guy. Poor performance tonight from Billy Joe Saunders, indeed, accepted. Yeah, I'll argue you there, mate. The thing with Saunders, says Jim Wilson, he has flashes of brilliance, and he also has gassing problems too. He can get away with gassing against the Eubank or I can't even pronounce the guy's name again. Akavov, right? But not Gennady Golovkin. I've said it before. I could see Saunders probably out of boxing Gennady for 5 or 6 rounds, and then Gennady down, breaking him down in body shots in around between 8 and 10. Gennady stopping Saunders if he boxes the way he's boxing. He's been repeated flashes. I think keep Gennady moving, but I just think that Gennady will get to him, break him down, and stop him. But if Brook was giving him the sort of movement, and Brook's not a middleweight, you know, if Saunders can give him that sort of footwork and movement, it's an interesting fight. Almost tonight, sorry, no chance. I looked pretty unfit, was blowing in the later rounds, poor preparation. Well, if you haven't got a top-class coach, and if it's a DIY job, you know, you're doing it in your backyard or in the garage with your mate, Mike Perez style, then yeah, happens when you're fighting. You know, you're fighting at a certain level as a world champion and defending your belt. You're doing training hard. This is what happens. Well, I don't know what he was doing in Spain, but that did not look like a guy. He did not look the same polished or performance that Billy Joe Saunders normally puts in. Did he cut back? Is he having financial problems, Billy Joe Saunders? Is he having financial problems? You know, again, this is just speculation. Did he put a punt out and spent a bit too much money on the horses or something? Didn't get enough money back, then couldn't pay the trainer. Played for sparring partners, and it's just too embarrassed to talk about it. I mean, these things are possible. Has he got a gambling problem? I don't know. But it's a bit odd that his trainer's not there and he's saying he hasn't got an injury or anything. So the next thing you got to think is finances. Has he been paid? If he got paid on time and the payment was fine, did he spend it all out? Did he gamble it away? Don't know. Did he? Was he not so lucky? His opponent hurt him to the body. Yes, he did. And who was the kid in the corner? I had no idea who the kid was in the corner. He had a renter trainer. Somebody called him renter trainer, and he looks like a complete bellend. At least with Tyson Fury, he backs up his word. The name. Well, he was honest. Billy Joe Saunders was honest. Make sure you go live next week, Ingram. Big fight, you know. Of course, I'll be there for the big fight with his trash talk. Yep. Paul Moore says, yeah, really poor effort. He needs to do what he did with an elite fighter. I agree with you, Paul, there. I think he needs a few more tune-up fights before he needs to step up. Well, Warren there, talking. Francis Warren, he says Billy Joe Saunders is saying one thing. Francis Warren is saying something. Francis Warren saying, well, the next fight's going to be a big fight. And Billy's saying, well, if I'm in that sort of performance, I can't go into a big fight in that sort of performance. Asking for one more, and Francis is saying, nah, the next fight you have is going to be a big fight. So, coming off the back of that performance, going into a big fight, that we feel the greatest of confidence with my rented trainer. Coming off the back of that performance, going into a fight against Canelo Alvarez or Golovkin Jr. Like, just being honest. Tibbs wasn't there because he's training and more money. Well, there you go. That's it as well. That's an interesting one. Saunders' career over the last year couldn't have gone much worse. Inactivity blows up in weight, parts ways with trainer, and struggles against a D-level opponent. Shame because he's a very talented boxer. Was the fighter really that bad? I mean, some people called him Wolverine and stuff, and was he? Or was it that people expected too much of Billy Joe Saunders? Or was that expectation there because Billy Joe Saunders has been talking a lot of crap and he said he wants to He's been so good, so people have to look at Billy Joe Saunders to be this great fighter to beat Golovkin. Are we judging Billy Joe Saunders on what he's capable of doing? Judging Billy Joe Saunders based on some unrealistic expectation of what he can do? I don't know, but it's just something to. December 10th, yes. He should join Team Fury, haha. Yeah, that would be a bad move. Hi, does anyone know Jimmy Tibbs not being in Billy Joe Saunders' corner is temporary? I don't know. I don't know. Eubank Jr. tweeting out pure mental illness. Now 4 rematches. Billy Joe Saunders mentioned March next fight. Let's hope a year is too long. I'd like to see him back in the ring as soon as possible. So anyone rating Saunders on that is retarded. You can't rate him on that. The cornerman was getting absolutely Sam social media. Well, of course he would be. He looked like a renter trainer, as somebody else said. Nisa Saki's corner, absolute embarrassment. It seemed to me, actually, you know what this Saunders situation reminded me of? Carrying it on his back is when Lennox Lewis decided to impart Pepe Correa on, and he called Pepe Correa not much more than a cheerleader, and camp, that sort of thing, where you're relying on your amateur skills or the skills that you've got, rather and using that to get. And he just looked like he was coaching himself in there. He was saying, "Well, you know what? This is a makeshift team, and I'll do what I can with it." But even if he knew Tibbs was going to fight, then could you brought somebody else out to training camp? There was nobody else that was possible to work with Tibbs, work with Saunders for the fight. Come on. The thing is, he's going to get fat again over Christmas years. I heard a story. Somebody told me that Billy Joe Saunders walks around 14 and a half, 15 stone. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders isn't. I mean, I'm taller than Billy Joe Saunders, and 15 stone. That's not somebody living the life of a boxer. But hey, if you go with the theory of Tyson Fury theory, which is, you know what, if I'm not in camp, I'll live the life of a civilian and not a fighter, then fine. Member of public, then if you do the Ricky Hatton thing and blow up in a weight, Duran did the same thing as well. You just put up lots and lots of weight and then down to wait for fights. Eventually all that crap catches up with you. And is it catching up with Billy Joe Saunders now as well? I don't think. I think he's got weight issues, but I think he may be one of these fighters that is too big for middleweight, but too small for super middleweight. Interesting to see your take on that. Great corner, faint but bit slower. Arse of trousers and over top rope. Peter Fury, he. Peter Fury should train Saunders. I agree. Even he let Eubank in the fight. I can't really defend Billy. Even the Lee fight was close. He's on that beer pot in camp. I think he needs. I've heard so many times, "Oh, I'm in the best shape of my life. I've gone out to Spain. I've done this. I've done that." Interview Billy Joe Saunders. You can go back and check the interview on Bayloric TV. And I sat and talked to him, and I watched him train, and he looked like he trained so diligently and hard with Jimmy Tibbs for that fight against Eubank Jr. Happened again, just started running out of steam. You know who else who does the same thing? George Groves. First 6 rounds great, and then just starts to run out of steam. Those are 2 guys that I think should be moving up in weight. That's what I think. Chris says, needs to bring Tibbs back. I agree with you, Chris. England, what's your views on the MGM gym? Good or bad? It's fighters. So we just got to see how many of those fighters go on to become world champions. And of course, the gym itself doesn't make the fighters. The train the fighters develop the talent or to harness the skills for them to go out and do the business. The gym itself, the punch bag, that stuff doesn't actually help. The facilities help, but you know, it's down to the trainer, the quality of the trainers, and it's from the gym. If that guy is from MGM and he's representing them as a qualified trainer, he was with Billy Joe Saunders, that doesn't bode very well, does it? But I'm sure there are other guys who probably are from it. I don't know enough to speak out of turn. I'll be speaking out of turn if I said I knew more about MGM. But if that guy is representative of what MGM is, I'm not saying that is, but if he's representative of, and it doesn't bode well, if all their trainers are like rent-a-trainer. But I don't know. I don't know where that guy came from. He said he was friend. He's a friend. I don't know. Billy Joe says, "What we fighting you back next? He has been ordered by WBO to fight his mandatory, and they can fight GGG, or WBO will install Canelo as one." Well, I don't want to see that Canelo fight with Billy Joe Saunders' performance. So yeah, how horrible are the Eubanks to work with? Should they be on the phone now to Billy Joe Saunders fight? And no, listen, look, the Eubanks been hard to work with. Listen, if I a manager before and he didn't do me right, then I had a son and box, so that son decided to box, I'd be super protective of my son. Now, if you don't trust anybody, that's even still, because you become overprotective. And so there are a lot of blokes watching this show, and I just think as a father, a lot of people knock Eubank for what he's doing with his son, but yet if your own, you won't want anyone disrespecting your flesh and blood. So the understanding of, oh, he's difficult to work with, well, he's difficult to work underline saying we can't put any bullshit over them. He's difficult to work with. He won't sign a contract to contract where you'll get $1 million for your first fight, 500,000 for your second fight, 1,000 for your third fight, and then the fourth fight you're only taking away 10 grand. Those contracts exist. This is, well, okay, if you sign this contract today, if you win this fight, you are stuck with us for this. Now, if I want to be an independent and I'm stuck with Box Nation, or I'm stuck with, and I want to fight on either bill, and I want to remain competitive, I can't remain competitive because guess what? I'm stuck to a contract for 4 years. So difficult to work with? Hell yeah. Work with. Now I'm not, but I'm just throwing something out there. Billy Joe Saunders didn't look right. All his fitness preparations, blown lost through a few rounds, but he blows in every fight he's had. Billy Joe Saunders, even back to when he fought Nick Blackwell, his fitness was shot then as well. He's going to get beat by a half-decent opponent unless he sorts himself out. Embarrassing tonight. I agree. The Russian werewolf in Scotland gave Billy Joe Saunders your voice keeps cutting out, does it? Let me see if I can fix that for you guys then. Can you hear me now? Is this any better, people? Can you hear me? Is that better? Don't know why that. Let me see. Let me see if I can adjust this connection for you guys. Refresh your screen and see if that works. Eubank said he's going. No, it's not working. Is that not clearer now? It must be clearer. Oh, my garbage. I can't hear you. What? Wait, let me stop. Can you hear me? I seem to be better now, but we can't hear you clearly. Okay. Let me see what we can do here for you guys. Hold on. It sounds better now. Thank you, Jim. Okay. Refresh it. It's muffled though. Okay. Let me see if I can fix something here. Let's try something else. How does this sound? Does this sound any better? Oh. Okay, can you hear me now? This any better, people? Can hear you, bro, but it keeps freezing. Can you hear me? Yeah, it seems okay now. Okay. The microphone. Yeah, okay, right. So can somebody remind me where we were? Where was I? What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Can you remind me what I was talking about? I was talking about the contract of Saunders, Chris Eubank Jr. Let's see where I was. About that, by the way. Can Billy Joe Saunders fight on the front foot? Always seems to be going backwards. I think he can go forward when necessary. That's what I would like to know. All I thought Billy knew years, and they were a good fit. He needed the urgency he was given in the Eubank fight. Okay. Okay. It's your internet. Is your internet being slower than usual? That's all. Your audio is clear. Every 20 seconds it lags. Okay, that could be. I'll tell you what that could be. So let's try that. Yeah, the Russian. Okay, I'll take the antivirus off. Maybe it's that. Saunders could not beat GGG after that performance. No, absolutely not. No way. GGG Savage body shot. Yeah, I think GGG will close him down. Body, and I don't think he'll get to him in the first 5. I think he'll get to Billy Joe Saunders later in the fight and stop him. I really do. I have Saunders as one of the in Britain without being an expert, along with Kell Brook. Well, take care. Hello, Al Red Sox, by the way. I hope you're well, my friend. So anyway, before I close off, a few things to mention. Housekeeping, just to let you know, December 17th, Bermane versus Alexander Povetkin. Check out our exclusive footage of Bermane in camp. The videos are on the channel. Plus, we spoke to Don House, the trainer, Bermane. So check it out. Great showing. I'm sorry about the audio. I think Saunders wins first 6 rounds. Povetkin will get frustrated as he did with Brook. I think so too. Cuts the ring off and finish Saunders late in the fight. I think so too. I expect Stavern being either an early stoppage both ways. Wow. The sound of the sounds muffled. Check on playback. or Stavern by counter left hook. Okay. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. I've got no idea what it is. I really haven't got an idea why the sound is the way that it is. Call me crazy, but I think Stavern will win the fight. You and yours, Ingram. Thank you very much, John Rambo. Appreciated. Appreciated. I'm going with Stavern for the fight. I think Povetkin's a good fighter, but I don't know. I really don't know. Is Saunders better than Jacobs and Lemieux? Based on that performance tonight, Saunders is not better than Jacobs and Lemieux, to be honest. Ariel blocked me too after I told him he was a fat F who never blazed up a bunch of gloves before. Okay. Did you see Lotterweight who got KO'd in one round today? I did see that. Stefan says Povetkin destroys Stavern, in my opinion. Destroys Stavern? Destroys Stavern, to be honest. So if Povetkin destroys Stavern, he would have done something that even Deontay Wilder couldn't do. So I don't think Stavern. I think he'll beat him. I don't know if he's going to beat him. He'll beat him, but I don't think he'll destroy him because I don't think Povetkin. He didn't destroy Maris Vac. He wasn't destroying Takam, and I would say that Stavern's a better fighter than Takam. So I mean, beat it, and that is Stavern just isn't on Povetkin's level. And what level is that? The Povetkin that got rocked by Marco Huck? Are you talking about Povetkin that was on the PEDs? Which Povetkin are we talking here? Any new Peter Fury's coming? Interviews coming up soon. They're always probably unlikely now. How would Povetkin v Wilder have gone if it went ahead? Well, inside, not very good for Mr. Wilder. If he stayed on the outside, it could look like the Klitschko fight all over again. Destroy as in one-sided. No, I don't think Stavern Povetkin will be a one-sided fight unless Povetkin is PED'd up to his eye. I see it being a one-sided fight, to be honest. What do you think of the robbery of the year? Hooker versus Dali Perez. Second, it was J. McDonald Solis. I'll definitely go agree. Terrible. Two terrible fights. Two terrible. Stavern's best win was Areola. Povetkin has to. Well, it's only because Povetkin fought Klitschko, but he never beat Klitschko. And Stavern never fought. Okay, so I think Povetkin's been around a little longer, had more fights, if I'm correct. Please get Bashir on your final live show. Seems fitting considering you've had years of consistent interviews, series, good bond. Oh, yes, of course. You think the current heavyweight division is in a good state? I think it's in a state that needs fixing. Povetkin has the best of Stavern is a good fighter. Against better judgment, I got Stavern. I'd make Povetkin the favourite, though. I think Povetkin is the favourite. And I think if Stavern goes to Russia and knocks out Povetkin, I think to leave the US, to go to Russia and knock Povetkin out, he would do something that Klitschko can even do. And Povetkin's not a spring chicken anymore. Neither him nor Stavern. I think he's older than Stavern, actually. What happened to Fury, Bash, Sanchez together? Nothing. Can still happen. Sam Peters Courts versus Pulev happened today. Fast of a fight. Well, you guys. Hope you can get an all-time favorite fighter, Mike Sunday Ingram.
So with the direction we're going, who knows? English Stavern versus one rematch. Who wins? Well, Stavern looks in this fight. Before I say anything, there, I want to see how he's got to go out there and absolutely destroy Povetkin. I mean, out there and destroy Povetkin. He's got to look solid. He's got to look good. Durability, head movement, and he looks great in training camp. If you haven't seen the video Stavern in training camp, check him out. We've got exclusive footage on the channel. They're about 1 minute to 2 minutes long. The videos, check them out. I generally think Povetkin beats most heavyweights, apart from Fury, although most will disagree, of course. I understand. Were you a fan of Edwin Valario? Yeah, Valario was a bad man. Yeah, he's a bad fighter. Dangerous, bad man. Saunders is crazy. See Trojanowski get chinned. No, I didn't. But because everyone's talking, I will go to see him get chinned just because you said that. I wasn't actually, to be fair, I wasn't even going to watch the boxing. I actually fell asleep watching Billy Joe Saunders fight. So I just went. I think Joshua and Parker are the best, but Ortiz is the most dangerous. Ruiz or Parker? I don't know. He's lost a lot of weight, Ruiz. Will he be still as durable? He's got Abel Sanchez in his corner, and shout out to Abel Sanchez Gassiev, the new cruiserweight champion of the world. Wow, Gassiev, Bellew, interesting. What time is Parker Ruiz on in the UK? I've got no idea. Parker will stop Ruiz late. Parker stops into the body. Povetkin and Stavern are the same size, I think. Well, it'll be interesting to see when they come face to face next week. So interesting when they come face to face. I just hope the Stavern gets in time. 12 o'clock UK time. Lebedev took some horrible shots to the body in that fight. God help him when he went to the bathroom afterwards. Yeah, he did. I saw one of the body shots. One of the body shots, he was pulling back, and he's he's pulling out, pulling away, and it was a lovely shot. Boom, put in. That typical Abel Sanchez. He trains his fighters to be very vicious. And I tell you what, Ruiz has a good chance in this fight because from what I saw of Parker, he's explosive, but he's not defensively aware, or he's not defensively responsive. One of these guys who likes to throw a lot of punches, a lot of output punches, open. So I think we'll see. I think Ruiz can get in there and cause some real. This is the best. I would say either of them are full. So I'm not totally convinced of Parker yet. We'll see. But I don't like his. Lebedev won the fight in my opinion. Possibly. I didn't see the whole fight. I just saw the knockdown. Did you notice the aura and mystique of Edwin Valero? He had it all. The high cheekbones, good looking, the spirit, the size, long. Yeah, he was a very bad man. Very, very bad man. Edwin Valero. God rest his soul. Right, I think that's about it from me. Enjoy the boxing tonight. And if I'm up, I'll do a live show. If not, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. Interview tomorrow afternoon. Eddie Hearn said Bellew will fight AJ if he beats Hay. I think that is total lies. Bellew has no chance beating. Of course, it's lies. You know it's lies. I know it's lies. Derek Chisora versus Dillian White. I think you know who wins the fight. I think whoever got the better of the other person after the camera stopped rolling. Someone got the better of someone else. Whoever got the better of that person, I think, psychologically. So, can Bellew go even 2 rounds against Hay? Well, in David Hay, No rehydration clause in the contract for Bellew to fight the guy, David Haye, and still be faster than Tony Bellew. No, Jim Wilson, I'm talking about what happened after cameras were rolling. That's what we're talking about. Can Haye beat AJ? Like Dillian White did, yes. Later, bad. Dillian White, 12-round non-event. I would agree. Well, I don't know about that. Nothing happened. Security split. That's not what I know. So anyway, I'll leave it right there. I'm going to get out of here. So Chisora is up. I don't know. I'll leave it there. Okay, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to, if you're not already, the channel, check out the videos on the channel and the interviews. And check out my extended interview with Bermain Stavern on his thoughts and his feelings to fight Povetkin. That is inside if you check inside the videos, they'll be there. It's on a different channel, but if you go on the training videos, they're there. Can Dave Allen go the distance versus Ortiz? Where do you rate Callum Smith in the current crop of super middleweights? Not even in the top 10 of the super middleweight division. Who's he for? Thanks for showing them. Good night and God bless you, Mr. Rambo. Can Dave Allen go distance against Ortiz? What Ortiz turns up and how regularly Ortiz lands. But it's not him going the distance. It's what he's going to ship while going the distance. I don't think the fight should be happening, personally. I've said it. I don't think the fight should be happening, but hey. Right, I'm out of here. All the best. Soon.